I like to do a little introduction from time to time, help women, entrepreneurs, those in business, those in leadership positions inside of their organization. Excuse the lisp. Sometimes I have it under control, other times not so much. But those within an organization, those aspiring to be an entrepreneur, those who are big business owners, become better leaders of their organizations, make more money, become have the life that they dream of financially, holistically, mindfully, emotionally. I like people to be fully present in their lives, impacting their pockets. The whole point of it is so that you can live your best life and have your financial freedom. And I target it through money, and your relationship with money, your habits with money, and your mindset about everything and how that's impacted your money. So that's why I like talking about money so much. I think it's wonderful. Today, however, I wanted to talk about something that I had the opportunity to talk about with one of my really close friends over the weekend. I believe it was over the weekend. I believe so. So a lot of times we get this information about what to do with our money. We get information about what to do with our investments, what to do with our life insurance, what type of mortgage to buy, what type of bank accounts. We ask around, we get this information, and we use it and forget about it. And that's most people. Most people do not mindfully watch their money. And sometimes that works out fine, works out perfectly for you. Sometimes what happens is you get in a situation. So I was talking to somebody over the weekend, and there was a situation where they had a life insurance policy, which life insurance policies can be very good vehicles for financial freedom. There's different types though. Like there some groups use life insurance. I would have to look at my notes because it's something that I did some research on, and I wrote a bunch of notes, and it was something I was going to come back to. I don't fully understand everything about it, so I haven't started utilizing it. But the wealth that I'm talking about, these people back the insurance. They don't buy a policy in order to achieve financial freedom. I'm gonna stay here for a second because there's a few ways you can look at financial freedom as it relates to life insurance or insurance. There's one way where groups of people who are attempting to create financial wealth and freedom and money is they'll partner with banks and back the insurance and get interest off of the insurance policies. Because what people forget is when you invest your money into an insurance policy, any kind, they're not just taking your money and hoping for the best, and then if you ever need it, they give it back to you, because a lot of times you haven't put enough into it to get the money back. They take your money and they invest it in different types of financial vehicles, and they earn interest off of it. So in essence, they're taking your money and making money off of it, and they make so much money off of it that when you have a claim, they're like, that's pennies. So there are groups of people who, instead of being on the front end and needing the insurance policy, if something happens, they back it. They, put money towards it. They buy bonds with the government and things of that nature, and then they earn interest off of it. Another way to create financial freedom with life insurance, and this is kind of what I'm talking about, but I'm just setting the stage for you, is, you buy insurance for yourself or the breadwinner, whomever is the breadwinner in your family. And if something happens to them, a lot of times that helps the next generation move into financial freedom if it's set up correctly, if it's bonded. And what I mean by bonded, like you have a trust, you have a will and things, so they know how to use it. Like they're not just getting this big lump sum. They don't know, they didn't have financial education and they just blow it. If you haven't properly educated them, you can set certain parameters in place to how they can use it to ensure certain financial freedoms for them. And that's another way. So I like to say, that's, you know, a little bit about insurance. But what I wanted to talk about is many times we get into these financial vehicles and we forget about them, or we don't fully understand them, or we think we have something that we don't because we don't fully understand them. And then when it's time for us to need it or utilize it, we don't have what we thought we had. So I want to stay there for a second. So I was talking to somebody, and the family had insurance. Somebody passed away. They thought they had a certain amount of insurance and they only had $500 and had been paying it. I mean, they could have only been paying a few dollars, or they could have been paying $100. I didn't ask that. But they thought they had something and they didn't. So one of the ways to ensure that you start building wealth, and wealth is relative. Wealth for me might be something different for you. It may be a different number for you. But for you to build, first you have to know what you want. But for you to build wealth, you have to spend time with your money. You cannot just set it up and forget about it. You cannot just, or you can, we can do all things. But to have a different type of finance than the people in your family before, especially in the Black community, you cannot just, you know, get the money, put it in a vehicle and forget about it, especially in the stock market. You can't forget about it. You do need to monitor it. You do need to check in on it, you know. And so a lot of these vehicles people are using, and they're thinking they're covered, and they're thinking they're building wealth, and they don't know enough about it or spend enough time with it to understand how to really utilize them. And so I'm not asking or saying that you should become a master in all of these fields. But if you choose to get, and I saw a lot of this during tax season, where, you know, investing in the stock market right now is really big. It's trendy. It's been around for many, many years, but it's super trendy. So a lot of people are attempting to get in on it, but a lot of people don't understand what it requires. So people are losing money. People are pouring a lot. Some people are making a lot of money. But one thing I saw a lot of is people don't understand what they're doing, and they're making mistakes. So even if you go to a financial planner to help you, which you should, go to somebody, a mentor, a coach to help you with your finances, you should still spend time understanding your money, even at the base level, understanding how to read the statement. If you do that, you're better off than a large percentage of people. Like, a lot of people don't even read their bank statements. They don't know if they're being charged interest. Like, one of my banks just merged with another bank, and this new bank is charging all kind of fees and interest for an account that I've had for years. I'm about to close it. Boo, I don't need you. I'm good. I got other accounts. But many people don't even read their bank statements to know that, let me see, to know that they're being charged all types of interest and fees and penalties. And, you know, and the same thing for stocks, the same thing for insurance. People will get insurance policies, and there are unfortunately people who take advantage in that market. But they'll get these policies and think, oh, I got $1 million, and they have 500, or oh, I got $100,000, and that only happens under certain circumstances, like if you die a certain type of way, and that happens. So what I want to really urge and impart you to do is spend time understanding these different financial. Pick one. Notice that pick one. It doesn't have to be all of them. You don't even have to become a master. If you just take the time to understand how, like if you invest in the stock market, understand how to read your statement. Understand what stocks you may have. Understand what your goal is versus the difference between like stocks and mutual funds and bonds and things. Then you're better off than somebody that doesn't spend any time with it. Because if you don't spend any time with it, you can potentially be doing all of these wonderful things in your lifetime to set yourself up for a life that you desire, and it doesn't happen because you overlooked something or you never stop to take time out to spend time with your money, to know what exactly you're doing or where you're putting your money or how your money is working. Like, I always say, especially in Money Management, the book, spend time with your money. It's like a relationship. And I know me in a relationship, and my little thing can tell you, you don't spend no time with me, we don't go together. We together? You don't spend no time with me, we don't go together. We don't talk on the phone, we don't go together. Like, if I don't hear from you, we don't go together. Money is exactly the same way. If you don't stop by and see me, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna act out. If you don't, if you don't take time to read me, we don't go together. And I'm not gonna be here for you to have any money to overlook. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I didn't want to take a ton of your time. But spend time with your money. Spend some kind of time with your money. And if you're unsure about what that looks like and what it looks like to spend time with your money, you get with a coach, you get with a financial mentor, you reach out, you set a appointment with me, you set a call with me to help you understand how you even start spending time with your money. But to say that I don't know how to do it and just don't, when you get to a point where you need that money, it's going to be like, well, you never spent no time with me. I'm not here. I got another boo, and her name is Dr. Square.